Hello everyone, my name is Matt Birkinshaw. Welcome to our Find a Great Local Expert series. Today we're going to be focusing on finding a great mortgage broker. So I've asked to join us today Scott Hastings from Movement Mortgage here in North Carolina. Welcome Scott, thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me, Matt.
Great. Scott, we're going to talk about finding a great mortgage broker. So if you were to give advice to someone who's looking for a mortgage broker in their area, what would you ask them to look for?
Well, that's a good question, Matt. I appreciate you asking me. What I've noticed in general is that when somebody starts to look for a mortgage and thus a mortgage broker, the first thing they do is go to the internet and they look for who has the lowest rate. And what they really need to be doing is looking for who offers the best service. One of my best realtor partners has a saying. He says to some of his clients, you know, don't look for the lowest rate. That might be the best rate that you never end up getting. People need to be reading the fine print when they go and look at these low rates offered by a lot of internet lenders, for example, and make sure that that doesn't involve, you know, 2 points in fees up front and, you know, 20% down payment or 30% down payment. They just need to be very careful. They also need to look primarily at a company's reputation, you know, and how can they know a company's reputation if they've never dealt with them before? A great place to look for is a seasoned realtor. A realtor deals with transactions all the time, and they typically know who's good and who's bad, and they stay away from who's bad, and they're quick to offer advice. You know, they can also go and just do a quick internet search for consumer complaints and fill in the blank for the lender. There's always going to be somebody out there that has a beef with even the best company service. But if they see an inordinate amount of complaints, that's just never a good sign. You know, they also want to look for somebody that's an experienced expert in the mortgage field. When that comes to an institution, I've noticed, and it's been my experience, that when an institution deals with more than just mortgages, if they're not primarily a mortgage specialist and they offer savings accounts, checking accounts, auto loans, certificates of deposit, all of those different things, their focus really isn't on mortgages. And that often creates a really painful experience, long wait times, and bad customer service. You also should be looking at when you call, how does the loan officer respond to that initial phone call? If they're trying to just rush through it, get your information, you know, quote you a quick rate and send you an email, that's not a good sign. You know, also, if you call and leave a message and they don't call you back for a day, that is a horrible sign. That's a great indication of the kind of service you're going to be getting through this process. The mortgage process these days is not easy, to tell you the truth. And I think you got to look for honesty in an experienced expert. They want to set you up and need to be setting you up for success. They need to be available 7 days a week because that's when realtors work. That's when people are looking for homes, and they need accessibility. So they also need to be providing quality service. You know, one thing I've noticed that not many lenders do is offer a fully underwritten pre-approval. And how does that differ from a pre-qualification letter? A pre-qualification letter is when you call, you talk to a loan officer, they pull your credit, they ask you how much money you make, and then they say, yeah, you're approved. You're pre-qualified. And they'll write you a letter, and a realtor will take you out and get a house. A pre-approval letter is when you fill out an application, the loan officer pulls your credit, but also they ask you for your tax returns, last 2 years. They ask you for your paycheck stubs, your bank statements, your W-2s, all the pertinent information, and then they put that in as if it was a real quote-unquote loan, and it is underwritten as if it was a real loan. So then you know if you're approved, you know exactly how much you're approved for, you're going to know exactly what to expect, and you will have confidence, the realtor will have confidence, and most importantly, the seller will have confidence that you're a quality buyer. And a lot of times that'll really help you out in a situation where maybe there's multiple offers on a house, they're going to look at your pre-approval in a much more favorable light than just a pre-qualification letter. So those are really the things that I would be looking for if I was going to be suggesting to a family, friend, or relative, that was looking for a mortgage broker or lender in their town.
That's some great stuff, Scott. I hear a couple of things there. I hear, number one, they should really be concerned about the reputation of the mortgage broker they're looking at, both from the internet and from their colleagues in the industry, realtors. That's a great tip. The second thing I heard you say was that they should be looking for someone who's got a lot of experience. They should be looking on LinkedIn, looking at their profile, see that they've had some years in the industry, and also that they're going to provide the kind of service that someone should expect when getting a mortgage, which really comes from focusing on mortgages, providing more than just a cursory look at a potential borrower when they call, but they really take the time to do a full evaluation of that client when they're coming to them. So that's what they should be looking for in general. Tell me a little bit about what a customer could expect when they give a call to you at Movement Mortgage.
Well, that's really, some of those points I just went over are the things that we provide. We make sure that we ask probing questions. What is the client's current situation? Where do they want to be? How long are they going to be in the house? Do they have children? We want to make sure that our mortgage solution is tailored to their needs. We do offer that fully underwritten pre-approval that I talked about. So not only are they going to have my opinion when they go out to find a house, they're going to have, most importantly, the underwriter and the institution's opinion and approval. So there aren't any surprises or hiccups when they go out there. I'm available 7 days a week. I'm available by phone, email, text message. So if a client is out with their realtor looking for a house on the weekend, I'm available. A lot of times at an institution, a bank, for example, people don't work on the weekends, but that's typically when realtors and home buyers are out looking for houses. So that's what we want to offer. We want to offer an exceptional level of customer service and a very clean closing and a lot of communication going back and forth so everybody feels comfortable.
Great stuff again, Scott. Now, I understand from most lenders that when you're looking beyond a pre-qualification to a pre-approval, there's generally an application fee associated with that. But I understand you do something for potential borrowers that's a little out of the ordinary. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. There is no fee. It's an absolutely free service for somebody to come to us and get pre-approved. We will spend our time, however long it takes, to collect all the documents, put the story together, present it in the most favorable light possible to the underwriter, and then when that loan is approved, the customer is going to know exactly how much they're approved for. They're going to know if they are in the best program. We will have a considered down payment assistance programs from the state if that's necessary. Basically just get them into the least expensive and most comfortable loan available. And that's, again, a free service.
Excellent. So how do you prefer to be contacted?
The best way to contact me is by phone. My only phone number I have is 704-890-7168. And if anybody wants to go onto my website, it's mortgagesbyscott.com. And I have a secure application link where somebody can put in a pre-qualification or pre-approval application 24 hours a day.
Excellent. And I'm going to throw your number up here on my screen, and it'll be attached to this video when we post it as well. I want to thank you again, Scott. That's some great advice you gave us on how to find a great mortgage broker, and also we learned a little bit about you and your company. And we really appreciate you being here today. We appreciate anyone viewing this video. Thanks again for the great information, and we'll see you all next time.